Twitter and Instagram, guys. Hello, it's your boy Preston back again, or you can call me drip_GAWD. I'm here with my boy Coach Dante once again for the H-Town Rundowns weekly basketball show for the Houston Rockets. You can follow the show at H-Town Rundown on Instagram and Twitter. You can also follow Dante at Coach Dante31 on Twitter and Instagram as well. Dante, what's good, my boy?
Hey, what's good, man? Hey, I'm ready to talk our Rockets anytime we can get together. Talk about our Rockets up into the season, the off season, free agency and stuff like that. I'm happy, man. I'm ready to get right into it.
Yeah, let's get right into it. So rundown goes as follows today. We're gonna talk about the pick number 4. As you guys know, we ended up losing the lottery, if you will. I know pick 4 is still pretty high, but man, we all want to Wemby. We all want to scoot Brandon Miller, but we got pick 4. So we're going to talk about what's going on with that. Then some interesting news, just a little side note, a little side quest, if you will, for the Jalen Green and PG-13 podcast came out. Playoff P got his own podcast on Spotify and YouTube and everywhere else that you can find it, which is interesting. And then we're going to end it off with some playoff news with, by the way, LeBron getting swept in the Western Conference Finals. We're going to talk about that right here. All right, boys, let's jump right into it. So as you know, we did not get the number 1 pick. We didn't get number 2. We sure as hell didn't get number 3. We got 4. I remember as the lottery went on, man, I saw, we made it top 5. I was like, oh, yeah, bro. I saw the Pistons get 5, though. I got scared. I thought, we're going to get 3. And we still got 4. So as it is, Amen Thompson, it looks like, is kind of the guy everyone's talking about. We'll talk about later. Jalen's really high on Amen Thompson, not so much Brandon Miller. We got a lot of guys that are high on Rockets Twitter with Amen Thompson. LOR at Locked On Rockets also talked a lot about Amen Thompson. Is he the true pick number 4? I've got some guys up here, Carson Whitmore and Jarius Walker. But, man, I didn't really watch too much of these guys. I really watched a lot of Amen, and he looks really good. He just didn't play a lot of people at his level.
Yeah, I'm very high on Amen Thompson as well. I love him. Jarius Walker and Cam Whitmore, they're more of 4s. They're stretch 4s, and I don't think we need a 4 because we got Jabari Smith. So I think Brandon Miller, the reason why everybody is away from Brandon Miller, because I don't think he will make it to number 4. I think he will be gone either to Portland or Charlotte at that time. But it's still enough time that we can trade the number 4 pick. But if we keep the number 4 pick, I don't think we should trade it. I think we should pick Amen Thompson. I know it's questions about his shooting ability as well. So if you go down the line, if you look at the 3, if you look at the one pick, that's going to be Wemby. One pick, that's going to be Wemby. You have Scoot or Brandon going to either be number 1 or 2. Brandon, out of the top 4, is the only one that's the elite 3-point shooter. Scoot Henderson shoots 32%. He shows signs of he can shoot, but it's not a good 3-point shooting percentage at all. I'm hearing a lot of Twitter people say you rather have a guy that can't shoot on the floor. Well, Scoot Henderson can't shoot. Everybody wants Scoot Henderson really can't shoot. He's 32%. So outside of Brandon Miller shoots 38%. He's the only in that top 4. He's the only guy that can actually shoot the basketball that well. But shooting is a work in progress. Amen Thompson is only a 23% 3-point shooter. I think you can work on that over time. And Asad Thompson, his brother, he's a 30% 3-point shooter. He shoots a little better than his brother, but I think Amen will be a great fit because, again, 6'7", can play point guard, shooting guard. You can put him out there at small forward as well. He's an elite defender, rebounder, great rebounder, great assist man, very good, very got a high IQ. Turnovers to assist ratio is really good. Points, he can score, get to the basket anytime he can get ready to. His steals is really good. His only weaknesses is his 3-point shooting and his free throw shooting, and he fouls a lot. So he doesn't have many weaknesses, man. So outside of shooting and free throws, he's a really good, man. He's really good, and we see why he's getting picked in the top of this draft. I'll take again. I love my man Thompson. I watch a lot of his tape. He's very elite in most things, man. So it's not a lot of weaknesses where you got Cam Whitmore, when you go to Cam Whitmore, he's got a bunch of busload of weaknesses, man.
Ooh.
He's got some shooting upside though. He shoots 34% from the three. But I don't think we need another power forward. I think three position like Ahmed Thompson that can play a three position. I think we can settle with that. And I really love Ahmed Thompson, so I would not be afraid to pick him at all. No, it's shooting a little suspect, but the top four is shooting a little suspect. Anthony Black only shoots 29% from the three, so that's something.
But I like Anthony Black.
Yeah, I love Anthony
I,
Black. I love him. I wouldn't be mad if we take gamble on him. I wouldn't even be mad at all. But you can develop a shot over time in the NBA. You really could if you get in the gym at work.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen players like, Frank the Tank and Brooke Lopez, Robin Lopez turn into these 3-and-D bigs, and even Vince Carter, who was not the greatest 3-point shooter his first few years. And then, he started to change his role in the game to fit the modern NBA, and he became a solid 3-point shooter, So it's not impossible. But you bring up a good point is that we need a three, right?
Yeah.
And as much as I want to start KJ, because I do like KJ, but Tari Eason is definitely the three of the future. So I would prefer if we can, if we end up picking Amin, right, we either keep Tari on the bench, right, and we start Amin, KPJ, Jalen, right?
Yeah.
Or, and then whoever slots in at that point guard, like, do we want Amin playing point at the NBA level for his first season, or do we want to get comfortable at the three and let him being like the primary ball handler at the three, with point guard duties? We're gonna move KPJ to the three. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know. It's just we've got, like I say, like I tell a lot of people, Jalen and KPJ do almost the same thing. They're both elite scorers in their own right. Athletic, Jalen much more athletic, and they can both shoot when they need to. But KPJ is the much better shooter, which makes that backcourt work. However, if we slot, we want to slot Amin, right, as the point guard, because that's the point of bringing Amin in, right? Is to have a point guard. If we have Amin as our point guard, that's great. Now we got a 6'7" point guard, supposedly a 6'6" shooting guard, and then a 6'6" small forward, right?
Yeah.
Is as a small forward, do we want KPJ starting at the three? That's what comes down to my question.
I believe Kenyon Martin Jr. is more of a 4 than a 3.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he can handle the ball that well. I really don't think he can handle the ball as well. I really think he reminds me more of a 4. Athletic, like I say, athletic as KJ Martin is, he should be getting more rebounds.
Oh yeah.
He normally get. That because Steven Silas switched him to the 3. But other than that, I think, and I like what Coach Ime Udoka said in his interviews. After they were kind of disappointed how the draft lottery come up. But like I say all the time, what's the point of goddamn tanking, not going out there and winning games when we got to depend on a damn lottery ball and it keeps failing us each and every goddamn season? So why not try to put a team on the floor that can win? And I think Ime Udoka is going to do that. But one thing I like what he said. He said he was going to use LP more in playmaking position, put him in some positions where he can get teammates involved, and he's going to use KPJ more off ball. I like that. You already know, you can tell he watches us a lot because he already know what these guys' strength is. And then he's showing a slug. I don't know if it's a slug at Coach Steven Silas. Why is LP all of a sudden playing drop coverage when you know that it's not his game? And you can tell Udoka be watching us, man.
Yeah.
I like what he said already. He's going to do some exciting things with these guys. He's going to put these guys in the right position, and he's going to use these guys to their strengths and not use them as their weaknesses.
Yeah. So when you think about strengths, right, KPJ's best strength is a 2 guard. An off-ball catch-and-shoot 2 guard, right? Because he shot, I think Ime, during the interview, he said KPJ shot like 40-45% on catch-and-shoot threes, and he was only getting about 2 a game. We're going to use him a lot more in a catch-and-shoot area, but does that mean he becomes the 6th man? Because you want to think like Tari, I want Tari to start, and, drafting a guy like Amin, okay, so if we had Scoot, right, say if we ended up drafting Scoot, we know for a fact that it's Jalen and Scoot starting, right? Like is Scoot and Jalen, as the point.
It depends on if we gonna get Scoot. I believe we got to trade up to go get him. I don't believe he's gonna be there.
Right. Just
Yeah.
hypothetically
Yep.
speaking, if we had landed at 2 and we
Okay.
were going to get Scoot, yeah, Scoot starts over KPJ. And not that I think Scoot is better than KPJ. I think KPJ obviously right now is much better than Scoot. Much obviously better than Scoot. But what I do mean by that is that we need a point guard, a pure point. And with that, everyone playing their natural position, Scoot at the 1, Jalen at the 2, and Tari at the 3, because KPJ can play the 3, he can play the 1, we've seen it, but forcing KPJ to play the 3 wouldn't work, having him as an off-ball 6-man, right, coming off the bench to just be a pure bucket getter and then play make when he needs to. I feel like he'd be much more efficient at that because that would be his designated role.
Yeah.
But again, getting Amen, that's where it comes in. That's kind of where it's tricky. Are we going to start Amen at the 3, or are we going to start him at the 1, and then vice versa with KPJ? Are we going to start Kevin Porter Jr. At the 1 or the 3? I did see that Kevin Porter Jr. took out of his Instagram or Twitter bio the I'm a point guard. So who knows who knows what's going on with that. But either way, though, Amin, I feel like is a pretty good draft pick, a good consolation prize, I suppose. It's funny that the coin flip that we won allowed the Spurs to get Wemby. Of course they get Wemby. Allowing Popovich to get another 7-foot big man. You think David Robinson, you think Tim Duncan, and you think Frenchman, you think what's that man's name? Was it Manu? Right? Manu was French.
Manu Ginobili.
I mean, what kind of luck do the Spurs have? They already got 5 chips, bro. We try to get our 3rd, bro. Leave us alone. We got in our division. We got to face Ja Morant. We got to face freaking Wemby now. We got to face Luka. We got to face Zion.
We got to face all of those guys four times a year.
And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. We can't forget about him over OKC. It's looking real dicey over here, Houston. I won't even lie. We have to do some big moves here. Now, obviously, we'll talk about that later eventually. But as it is, so say we get pick 4. All right, obviously that's what we got here. We have the choice to choose Amin. Is he the right choice for the team? Is he the one that fits the most? If you're going for fit specifically, does he fit the team the most? Because I think it's Anthony Black.
Like I said, I wouldn't be mad if we get Anthony Black, but I love Amen Thompson. I think Amen Thompson, like I say, for his size, defense, athleticism, he fits the system, and Ime Udoka is going to use him in the right situation. But I believe Ime, now that he's got Ime got a lot of say so. So anybody that he draft, whether it's Jarris Walker, whether it's Cam Whitmore, the other Thompson twin, if he's high on somebody in the draft, I got a feeling that Ime is going to use them the right way. And don't forget, free agency is before the draft. So we will be, I believe, with that $60 million, we're not going to get up out of here without a high top free agent. So our team is going to be really different. Really different. Coming to go ahead.
Which no, you're straight. Yeah. Agreeing with you on talking about it being different. That brings me to a point. Everyone's been wanting to, and me too, have been wanting to snag in free agent signings Cameron Johnson. If we get Cameron Johnson,
if we get him, which is he's been linked to us, by the way. He's been linked to us 4 years, $90 million. We can pay that. We can do that. We got the most cap space. We can get 2 free agents up out of here. We can get 2 max free agents up out of here. Cam Johnson, if we get him, he starts at the 3. He's our 3. I would say he will be our 3. He will be our 3.
So does that mean Amen is going to be our 6th man?
He's going to be off the bench. Amen is going to be on the bench. Whoever we draft at that 4 spot, depending on who we get in the praise. And we get Cam Johnson, who's a very good shooter, when healthy, and who's shown some stability in this playoffs to put the ball on the floor as well. We get him. He's going to be our 3. I believe he's going to start for us day 1. So I believe we're going to have a lineup of KPJ, Jalen Green, Cameron Johnson, Jabari Smith Jr., and we're going to have Al P, Amen Thompson, depending on who we draft, number 4. If it's Amen Thompson or whoever it is, we will have KJ off the bench, and we will have Tari off the bench and the number 4 overall pick off the bench, and a couple more free agency who's going to crack in the rotation. We're going to have a pretty decent, respectable team. So, yeah, if we get Cameron Johnson or something like that, or I wouldn't mind if we get a Grant Williams. I wouldn't mind if we get a Grant Williams a bench
Nah,
piece.
bro, not after not
A
after
bench
we
piece.
did.
I think Grant Williams will help us out, man. I think he'll help us out. He knows Ime Udoka's system. I wouldn't say he starts, though. I wouldn't say he starts. I say he would be a good piece to come off the bench, something like that. Gary Trent Jr. or whoever, like I say. But this team is going to be totally different. And I believe we're not going to keep sitting on that $60 million. I believe we're going to do something this offseason with that $60 million. We're going to throw some money out there to these guys.
Oh yeah, is Tyus Jones a free agent this season? Do we know?
Yes, he's a free agent.
Okay, so there's a lot we could do. We could snag Tyus Jones, Cam Johnson, Amon Thompson, Grant Williams. That's a squad, man.
That's a squad. Hey, that's enough to compete for a playing tournament. Possibility. Yep.
Oh yeah, if we got that's playing ability right there. I can't imagine that.
Yep.
Dang, man. I don't know. I'm just thinking about this out loud, Or is he okay? So I see. Last year, he signed a 2-year, $30 million. 2-year, $30 million.
Yep.
Yeah, 2-year, $30 million deal. So is he on a 1+1 or? I don't know. Yeah, Tyus Jones. That's what I'm talking about.
I think he's a free agent. He's a free agent.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, if we can acquire Tyus Jones, bro. 45% from the field and 40% from three as a starter. Wow. Yeah, I like that. Tyus Jones, Amon Thompson, Grant Williams, Cameron Johnson. Other than that, who's stopping the squad, man? Jalen Green will average 100 points a game. I mean, I think we'll be fine, But my biggest gripe about all this is, where does that leave Kevin Porter Jr. at the end of the season? Or even not even at the end of it, just start it. Because we know he's not going to want to come off the bench. He thinks himself as a true starter, which I think he could start on some teams, based on how he played over the regular season compared to how, say, someone like, I don't know, D'Angelo Russell played. I feel like he'd start on the Lakers, which is a lot, they were a Western Conference team. But, I don't know. It's just really tough when again gets down to it because we're gonna have a roster crunch. I mean, like Jayshawn Tate, and we haven't even talked about Josh Christopher yet. Jayshawn Tate, Usman Garuba.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a real roster crunch.
Hey, like I said again, I trust in Ime Udoka. I really trust in Ime Udoka to get the thing, get settle out the right things and do the right things with this team. Like I say again. I know a lot of people kind of upset, that we got the number 4 overall pick. But again, when you look at the years that we had the worst record, one of the worst records, it didn't benefit us. It didn't benefit us at all. But again, if we're gonna quit crying about a lottery getting number 1 and settle with number 4, we trust our coach, right? We got the best coach out there on the market. That's something to start with. We got the number 4 overall pick. We got $60 million in cap space. That's the most in the NBA. We can spend that and get 2 free agents up out of here. And like I say, just trust the process. I mean, I'm not trying to say trust the process like Sixers. I'm not trying to say that, but trust Ime Udoka. And Raphael Stone's been able to draft well. Man, he's been able to draft well. So we got to trust these guys, man. Especially Ime Udoka, who could have went anywhere else. He could have waited, Guess what job open? Toronto job open, ain't they? That's a better organization than the Rockets right now.
Bucks.
Milwaukee Bucks. That's a better organization than the Rockets right now.
Philadelphia.
The Philadelphia job opened up. Detroit, not better organization than the Rockets. They're just as bad as we are. But again, hey, we got the best coach out there, man. We got the best coach out there. So again, he wanted to come here. We got to trust him to put this a very good team together. Him and Raphael Stone on good terms. He got some say-so who he wants to go get in free agency, who he wants to go get in the draft. So we gotta trust that. We gotta trust and believe Ime Udoka is gonna get these guys to compete, play hard, and we was all happy as hell. As soon as we got Ime Udoka, we was all happy as hell because nobody thought we could pull it off. Everybody was calling us a damn dumpster fire, a disaster. But again, we can hire the best coaches out there. We got the best coach out there. and everybody else, every organization just waiting. You know, the Sixers, they are frustrated. They are hot because they think Mike D'Antoni is going to be the next head coach. They are scared to death. The Sixers organization is scared to death. We ain't scared. We ain't have to be. We got the best guy out there. So let's trust in these guys to put the right team around us and build this team. And Ime Udoka with that finals experience that he took Boston out, which is hurting Boston right now. They wish they still had Ime. Now we got him. We trust him. Let's trust him with him.
Yeah, I agree. Dante, well said, man. I felt like Optimus Prime speech right there. I want to go out and fight for my country real quick. Oh my goodness, yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's kind of up to coaching how we play out. I just don't want to see Josh Christopher get sent so deep in the bench, And I mean, we didn't even talk about Ty Washington, right? We have a point guard. We drafted a point guard, We just haven't used him, because Silas was all about that Dacian dick.
Dacian suck Dacian Knicks. All about
that, bro. Yeah. And we have so much ability. We have such a large ability to go out and our resources are vast, and it's almost an unlimited amount of possibilities at this point, to end up. I mean, we have the capability to still trade pick 4. We could trade up if we really wanted to, and that would take some stuff. I could imagine, 1 or 2. So before we get into that, this is what I want to talk about. So the Hawks and the Mavs traded for pick 3 and 5. They did a swap.
Yeah.
And the Mavs also sent another pick out over to the Hawks, right? So I think because Luka went 3 and Trey went 5, right? That's how that went. Yep. Okay.
They swapped places. They basically swapped places.
Yep. They ended up swapping places there. And then the Hawks got a second pick, which I believe turned out to be Cam Reddish in the next draft there. That's cool. That was all fine and dandy. Now, if that's the case, if pick 3 and pick 5 can be swapped with just 2 picks, right? We're talking a potential all-time, 10-time All-Star, yada, yada, and Scoot Henderson. We got pick 4.
Mm-hmm.
I would be willing to trade 1, maybe 2 Brooklyn picks.
Okay.
And this pick. And Jayshawn Tate. And Ty Washington. Whatever kind of cap filler we got to get to sweeten that deal as much as we can to get pick 2. Now, I'd be willing to give up some other names in there too, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now unless we really want to get into it.
Hey, if you tell me, like I said again, I think they're gonna want. I think they would love Scoop Henderson, and I would do that if I would do that for kind of like Brandon Miller too, though. I mean, you get a versatile wing defender and one of the top shooters in this draft, and a guy that's a Paul George prototype. Hey, you getting a true starter right then and now. You getting a plug and play Brandon Miller right then and now. You ain't got to worry about his shooting because he can shoot. You ain't got to worry about creating off the dribble. He can already do that. You ain't got to worry about defense. He can already do that. Hey, if Brandon Miller is right there, if you can do that for Brandon Miller, I'll be happy with that. But like I said, we know Wemby is going to be gone. Antonio, that's a fact. Nobody's denying that. But Scoot Henderson, like I say, I'll take either one, bro. I'll take either one. I trust Ime Udoka to put these guys in the right position where they can succeed and perform at their best.
100%, Dante. 100%, man. If the option is on the table to trade up, I think I'm doing it at all costs except for Jabari, Jalen, or Şengün.
Yeah.
And Tari. Those are the 4 guys, in my opinion, that are untouchable.
KJ Martin. If KJ Martin was on the board, I'll let him go. Him go. But for sure, Jayshawn Tate. Jayshawn Tate. If he's on the board, I would not be willing to probably give up Kevin Porter at that point if he's on the board. But Jayshawn Tate and KJ, hey, you can go. You can go. KJ wants to go to another team any damn way. And it's not a word that he came out and said that he's happy with this team anyway. And like I say, I'll quickly if they want KJ or or Jay Sean Tate. Hey, you can have him. You can have him. You can have him.
I would. Last season, I talked about it a little bit, and obviously it doesn't matter now because they ended up making the finals. I was thinking Tate on the Nuggets next to Bruce Brown would be fantastic.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter now. They made the finals, so they're probably Jay Sean Tate would love to go over there, but they ain't trading for him. They just wait a couple years and sign him out, right? But as it stands, yeah, man. I mean, just about everyone is on the table. See, my thing is, I would be willing to trade Kevin Porter Jr. because I think he has more trade value than what we think. Because he is very skilled. He just wasn't utilized correctly. Like we say a lot, like you've been saying a lot on here so far, Silas not using players to their strengths where Ime is going to. I don't think that Kevin Porter Jr. is used to his strengths at all. And when we saw when he was that first season, we brought him in off of what was it, like a second round pick and some chips or something like that when we ended up getting him. He dropped 50 and 11 on the Bucks on Drew Holiday and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Cool. And yes, he hasn't had a game since then. We understand that. He also hasn't played next to a point guard, John Wall, and he also hasn't played next to a forward/center, Christian Wood, who can be 20 and 10 at any given night. That's his strength is an off-ball two guard that is allowed to roam, to the best of his ability, and he can play make when he needs to, but his best ability is scoring. I think if we can market him correctly and tie him up in a good package, I'd be willing to do it too. I do love Kevin Porter Jr. That's not me saying I don't like Kevin Porter Jr. I love him. I really do, but Jalen and KPJ do the same thing, right? And we're going for young upside. And Kevin Porter Jr. is still young. I'm not, by any means, he's still young. However, I feel like he'd be more able to contribute to a winning team at this point than Jalen.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like, I guess like I said earlier, I feel like Kevin Porter Jr. on the Lakers would be fantastic because he can play make alongside D'Lo, but be that off-ball 3-point threat. Kevin Porter Jr. on another team that I think would be great would be the Grizzlies. If Desmond Bain slides to the 3, they no longer have Dylan Brooks, so they're gonna need a solid 2 guard. And Dylan Brooks is a big beefy man as it is. He can play the 3. Let KPJ play that 2, man. Let him roam. I don't know. I got a feeling that we might end up moving on from him midway through the season if the right deal comes along, or if the right deal is before the free agency. I don't know. I just got that feeling.
Hey man, we'll see what happens. I think Ime really loves Kevin Porter Jr. I think he likes him already. Kevin Porter Jr. was the only one pretty much at the press conference, when he was there. So I think he's going to do some exciting things with Kevin Porter Jr. and stuff. I think he knows Kevin Porter Jr. is more of a scoring person. He can play point guard. I think he can play point guard. And he is no slouch, man. He has some double-digit assist games for us. When he does decide to be a playmaker, he could be. I think Kevin Porter Jr. I think Coach Silas is going to use him actually the right way. So we'll see what's going to happen. But I'm very excited going into this next year, going into actually the next season. Can't wait. I can't wait to the draft. I can't wait to free agency, which is going to start next month in June. Free agency starts around June, around the NBA, after the NBA finals pretty much. But we definitely going to see, man. I just cannot wait for to get back out there in basketball gear.
True. All right. Well, I think we exhausted pick 4 as best as we could here. Let's leave it at that. Hashtag Amin Thompson team. I guess at this point, I do like him as it is, but I guess we'll end up seeing what happens here. But let's talk about our current JG4, our current number 4, our current shooting guard, Jalen Green. Now, this man decided to hop on a podcast to PG-13, a legend in his own right as a two-way 3-and-D, do-it-all, 2-guard, 3 forward move. Oh my goodness, my words! It's a 2-guard and a forward as well. Not to mention he can handle the ball absolutely fantastic. Paul George is one of your few all-around players that exist today in the league and are that elite at it. Jalen Green got on that podcast and said some wild stuff. Paul George asked him, What are your top 5 dunkers in their individual positions of all time? All right.
Yep.
Jalen at shooting guard. He did not say Kobe Bryant. He did not say Michael Jordan. He did not say Vince Carter. He said himself. He said he was the best dunker all time at shooting guard.
Damn.
Jalen. You didn't even win the dunk contest, my boy.
That's tough, right there.
He claims to also be 6'6" and have a 50-inch vertical at the draft combine. Again, Jalen, love you, my boy. I do. My Tinder profile says I'm 6'2", but we all know that ain't true. All right. You gotta do what you gotta do, and I know sometimes you gotta cap a little bit, but this ain't the baddie. This Paul George, my boy.
Yep.
You capping the grown men, not that Jalen Brown. I'm gonna have 5 chips in the next 6 years. With that interview. No. You capping the PG-13, my boy.
Yep.
Again, appreciate you, love you, but that was quite interesting. So I guess that brings it up, Dante. Right now, at the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5. Do you have a top 5 dunkers of all time? Because I have a semi list.
Yep, I do.
Yeah.
I can give you a top 5 dunkers of all time.
Let's do it.
So I'm going to go number 1. This is going to shock you a little bit, but this just dunking. This ain't about playing.
No.
It's just dunking. I'm going to go with point guard Nate Robertson. I'm going to go with Nate Robertson.
What?
But this is not pure point guard. It's just dunking. We saying dunking period. Dunking period. Yep. Nate Robertson was a good ball player though. He was a hell of a ball player, and he won by like 3 dunk contests. So hey, he was in now. So hey, he was also a good shooter, good ball player as well. But this is nothing about that. I don't want nobody to get my list. This is dunking. This is not point guards. This is different. This is just dunking. As far as point guard dunking, Nate Robinson. I got Nate Robinson. At number 2 goes at the 2 guard, Michael Jordan. At the 3, Vince Carter. At the 4, I got I'm gonna go a little small at the 4. I'm gonna go with Aaron Gordon at the 4.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm gonna go with Aaron Gordon. And at the 5, I'm gonna go with Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard. Man, that's a list.
Yep.
Wow. Man. Okay. Our list is pretty similar. So at the 1, I'm going John Morant. I know you have to convert the dunk in order for it to count. But man, we've never seen that athletic ability at the 1, other than in players like Russell Westbrook and Derrick Rose. But I mean, John Morant right now, maybe it's just recency biased. So yeah, I'll leave it up to that. But I think Ja is pretty up there. At the 2, I'm actually gonna say Vince Carter.
Okay.
I like Vince Carter. Not that the dunks he did, bro. I just think of the dunk of death, bro, in 2012, man, where he jumped over that man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
I remember that.
gosh, bro. I think about that daily. And at the 3, I got Dominic Wilkins.
Okay,
that's my 3. I like, man. He could walk, man. He was that dude. At the 4, definitely Aaron Gordon. Yeah, yup. Aaron Gordon was. And we saw what the dunk contest was in 2016 and 2015 before that. Dude could dunk over anything and everything. No contest, literally. And then at the 5, you said Dwight. I had someone different, actually. And then you said Dwight, and that just makes me think of Superman.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking the OG Superman, the most unstoppable center of all time, Shaq.
Okay, I like it.
Shaq, bro. Again, the play I'm thinking of, for those of you for a visual, for a mental visual right now, he's backing down a guy who is actually a political guy in office right now. I can't remember, but he's Republican senator right now in Congress. And he's backing this dude down, back turned to him, and he turns around, 2 feet on him, jumps up and dunks on the basket, comes down and shoves him off him, and then runs away with his hands out like he's Superman. Bro, that was the greatest dunk I had seen up until that point. And this is in 2018. I was going through dunks of all time. That was the best dunk I'd ever seen. And so it's Shaq for me. It's Shaq.
I'm not mad at that. I remember, I believe the dunk that Dwight Howard did It's not. It wasn't the All Star game. It wasn't a dunk contest dunk, but it
Yep.
was a dunking game. It was a game against Cleveland. They spent an hour about fixing the shot clock because he caught the ball. It was someone. I forgot who. It was someone that missed a shot.
It was a
And then
putback.
yeah, it was a putback dunk, and he dunked it so hard the shot clock came down. The White Howard was that dude in Orlando, man. He was that dude, and also in the dunk contest, he put that Superman cape on. You should have saw how high up there. He threw the ball in. He was up so high, he threw the ball in, man. I was crazy, man.
For real, bro. I miss, the players that were like that. I mean, we got dunk contests now where they putting on boots and trying to dunk over their dad, and all that. Shout out Cole Anthony, man. That's rough, man. How far the dunk contest has fallen.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But yeah, that's our top five for dunkers. This is a little side quest here. I wasn't really think about doing it, but I thought I'd spring it up on you. Man was ready. He had that knowledge
Yep.
ready to go. But yeah, so back to that interview. Like I said, Jalen saying a lot of wild things up in here. It must have been really feeling himself. Another thing he said is he's got some burner accounts. I wish I would run across one of his burner accounts. I hope he follows me. Matter of fact,
Mhm.
I know that's Kev. I know he ain't. But yeah, sometimes I be giving Jalen the slob on the knob on Twitter. Y'all be seeing it, man. I got that Jalen Green agenda going left and right all day, every day. Jalen Goat, Jalen next Jordan. That's my boy. But moving on from that, Jalen out here also talking about. He talked about Amon Thompson. He said Paul George asked him a question regarding Brandon Miller and Amon Thompson, and Jalen said he don't really think that highly of Brandon Miller. He's
Okay.
not really a fan of Brandon Miller, and he's a huge fan of Amon Thompson. He's talking about how him, KPJ, and Amon gonna be the best. Those trio. Did bro forget about Shangoon and Jabari? I don't know. Jalen, I don't know how high that man was on this podcast today, and you can look in the picture. Look at him, man. He all leaning back. Oh, cooked he look, man.
Yep.
I don't know. Dante, let me know your thoughts, man. Is Ahmed Thompson, KPJ, and Jalen gonna be better than KPJ or than Jalen Green, Jabari, and Shingu?
We'll see, man. Like I say, I'm in Thompson as well. I think he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna be a solid player once his shooting comes up to par. He just needs to get up in the gym and just put up some jump shots. But I think it's have a chance to be special, something special. I think Ime Udoka can do a lot with that. But also in the interview, what he said, something got me. It's been rumored James Harden is going to lead the Sixers and possibly come back here because he still got business people out here. His family still lives out here in Houston and stuff like that. Right? He said he will be open to it, but it could also hurt the Rockets as well because James Harden said he wants to come somewhere where he can have some say so on the ball. He wants to get back to the old James Harden. I feel like again, if we get him, I'll welcome him with open arms, but I would like not to get him because
Yep.
again, you're gonna have to pay him 4 years, 200 mil, and that's gonna be a lot. Well, the Rockets got the money. We got the money for it. We can pay him, but I just want to go forward with this young group, man. Just get some other guys up in here, like we was just discussing, like some the Gary Trent Juniors for some shooting, Cameron Johnsons and stuff like that, and like Tyus Jones to come off the bench and help this group out at the point guard position, or a Grant Williams who can come off the bench and gives us some 3-and-D defense. Also, I just want to keep this young core together and grow with it. I want Ime Udoka to coach this young core. I don't want
Yes.
to come in that's got to be ball dominant, that's going to want the ball, and that's not going to when he don't have the ball, not going to really do anything else. And plus, Ime Udoka will get on your behind. He will get on somebody's ass if you're lacking. So I don't think that would be the right thing for James Harden to do. And I hope he moves on. I hope he goes somewhere else where they can pay him the money. But if James Harden does come here, you got a feeling something right is going to happen with him and Ime Udoka. You got a feeling
Yeah.
Ime Udoka is got something up his sleeves for James Harden and something like that. You got just a glimpse and feeling of that. But I'd rather not have James Harden come back, even though I will welcome him with open arms, and we're going to get better instantly with him on this team. And that's going to entice more free agents to come here and play for the Rockets. But other than that, I'd rather not have James Harden. I'd rather go through with this young core. If we're going to rebuild, let's rebuild the right way. Let's not get nobody that's past tense. Let's focus on future tense guys.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, man. I mean, we already in it for the long haul as it is. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we building for the future, and I feel like grabbing James Harden would just kind of throw everyone into the fire immediately. And
Yep.
yes, I think to a degree that would help a little bit, but that takes away shots from Jalen, KPJ, Şengün, Jabari, KJ, Tari, even, and then our fourth overall pick. You know, they all got to get their reps in. And if James Harden getting 20 shots a game, which he deserves 20 shots. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but if he's getting 20 shots a game, he's pulling at least 2 or 3 shots a game from all of those guys as it is,
Yep.
having him come in. And, I mean, they need their reps, man. And they just need to get up in there and get shots up immediately. And we probably won't run Shenhub because Harden, or, while Harden is out there, because, Şengün can't, Harden and Şengün, I feel like wouldn't really coexist well either, because
Yep.
Şengün is like he's not like ball dominant, but like he runs best when he's got the ball in his hands at the top of the free throw line, right there at that center where he can just play make and everyone just move around him. Boom. He's a fantastic playmaker that way. But,
Yep.
he got James Harden, he's going to, be trying to have Jabari and Şengün just run screens and run pick and roll back and, over and over and over and over again, and Şengün ain't really an above the rim big, and Jabari, he could. Tari, he could. But, if you bring in James Harden, you're changing up the entire team, the entire chemistry, the identity of the team. And I don't know. Again, love James Harden. He is my favorite player of all time. But let's pump the brakes on that 4-year, 200 mil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want Cam
Yep.
Johnson. I want Tyus Jones. Okay. We cannot have both of them and James Harden too. And I want depth over James Harden. I wouldn't mind James Harden coming back like his final year, and he's like, okay, I'm wrapping it up. I'm gonna sign a veterans minimum, and I'm gonna come in and help you guys. Kind of similar to how D Wade came back to the Heat, in his last season or two, and he's just like running it up, chilling, vibing with the team. He didn't really care, but he was at the same time he's also helping his team grow. Like
Yep.
he knows he's the Flash, but he's at the end of at the end of his rope. And he was willing to help his team get up in there and just vibe, just good vibes all around. That Miami team in 2018 is fantastic. They weren't good, but they were fun. They were a very fun team. I like that, and I want to have those moments with James Harden. But we cannot have those moments if bro is making $50 million, because
Yep.
we expect him to play like a $50 million player, and he can't
Yep.
play like a $50 million player with this roster we have constructed around him.
Yep. Yep.
So it just won't work.
Yeah, I read for that to kind of stay in Philadelphia right now. Philadelphia they already paying Tobias Harris a lot of money. They already eating Tobias Harris up about that. They're gonna kind of eat their contract up with him. He's got one more year, so I think it just depends on when the team is gonna take that contract. But we don't need no $50 million guy. That's out of his. That's probably 30 going on 34 years old. That's not the same no more. That's just past. I'd rather go through with the young guys, and I think we're gonna have a solid product to put on the court finally
Yeah.
next year with these guys and with Coach Ime Udoka. So again, we don't have no time for another setback with these young guys, and we don't want none of our young guys frustrated.
Yeah, they already get frustrated as it is, and then bringing James Harden in, I just feel like would be a complete conundrum.
Yep.
If we still had Silas, I think I'd consider bringing back James Harden, a little bit more than I am now. But because we have a new coach, we got a new pick, we're trying to go for a new look Rockets. I feel like it would be bad to bring in old blood for the new blood, if you know what I'm saying. I feel like it just don't mix, it just don't mix well. But that's all I got for this interview. Dante, was there anything else maybe you had for us?
Nah, that was all I got. I just want to kind of point out, when he said it could help or hurt the team, help or hurt the team, and I think it was right. He was right. Jalen Green was right. I agree with Jalen Green on that. He was right. And another thing he was talking about again. He said he didn't have any confidence his rookie year when it first started.
Oh, yeah.
His shot, he started getting back in the gym. That's how he kind of figured it out. and stuff like that. So he was talking about a variety of things and stuff like that, how he's treating the rookies and stuff. You get that you tell a rookie, to pack your bags and stuff like that. They get that little rookie treatment and stuff like that. Yeah, so he was talking about a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a lot of more fun stuff, but it was fun to dissect that interview. Hopefully, we see more Jalen Green out there in the summer. Hopefully, and some running some like those summer leagues and whatnot. That'll be fun. But moving on to the final bit of this podcast, playoffs. The Nuggets made the finals for the first time in NBA history under Jokic, the Joker, Chamberlain. I cannot believe LeBron got swept in the Western Conference Finals. I know, the Lakers, they fought well. I just want to say that out there. It was a very hard fought, despite what the score said, it was a hard fought sweep. That felt like a game 6 to me. Just generally the way they had to pull together. Bubble Murray is a real thing. Bubble Murray is a real thing. I was definitely like, Murray played mid during regular season. He's okay. Bro's got that dog in him. Okay. Murray is great. He can turn it on. And Aaron Gordon turning into a pure two-way player. What? Why is it anytime anyone plays LeBron, someone's got to do the Andrew Wiggins 2.0 for the Golden State Warriors and just be able to do everything offensively and defensively? And then Michael Porter Jr. not only can shoot the three from anywhere on the court, but he's also got that Magic Johnson in him too.
Mm-hmm.
That Nuggets team is just stacked. And then I think their best signing was Bruce Brown. I mean, I was super high on him when James Harden was playing with him on the Nets. I love Bruce Brown, and once I saw he went to the Nuggets, he's just a fantastic defender all around. Even for his size at 6'4", he can play the power forward because he's so big, and
Yep.
he can shoot the three, and he can shoot the mini, and he can dunk on you. I mean, that Nuggets team is good. AD played like garbage. This is the game you need him to come out. LeBron had 48 and 9 with 2 steals on 66% shooting. I mean, how much more can you do at 38 years old? Do it all, did it all, and you can't ask much more of him at that point.
Yep.
That's all I got for the Nuggets. They're good.
Hey man, like I say, congratulations to the Denver Nuggets, man. They finally made it to the NBA Finals, and we can put this Jokic and Embiid, debate the rest. I'm pretty much sure Jokic would rather win an NBA Finals than taking an MVP as of right now. So again, no disrespect to Joel Embiid again, but again, you want to call him a top 5 player in the NBA. And you want to treat him like a superstar. We need to. I mean, again, you want to say he's the best center overall in the league. We need to treat him like that. We need to hold him accountable. Not making excuses for him about the team. The team obviously is good enough. It's good enough. You just need your superstar to step up, and he's got plenty of history where he didn't step up when it matters the most. Now Jokic game elevates in the playoffs. His game elevates more in the playoffs. You've seen it. Man, this man averaged a triple-double in the damn playoffs and in the Western Conference Finals. So, again, Aaron Gordon played some good defense all year long and all playoffs long, man. That was a very good possession that he played on LeBron James, and also good job for Jamal Murray putting his hands in there and, tying him up, making it hard of a shot for LeBron James. You just got to give credit to the Denver Nuggets. They were by far the better team than the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, all you could get, Lakers just got their ass kicked. They were just outmatched in the series. They didn't do nothing. They couldn't do nothing about that two. That 2-man game was deadly between Jamal Murray and Jokic. That was unstoppable right there. We got Grandpa Jeff Green contributing.
I love Jeff.
Playing defense, making some big time shots. The Nuggets got some pretty good guys on the team. Of course, you talking about Bruce Brown, one of my favorite players in the game, man. Love that guy energy when he come off the bench. He wasn't known, when he came out of Miami as a 3-point shooter, but he fixed his 3-point shooting. He can make it pretty much consistently. And like I say, speaking of can't shoot, Bruce Brown couldn't shoot at Miami coming out of college. That was one of his weaknesses. Now it's a strong suit for him all of a sudden because again, you can't sag off or he can go to the basket. Michael Porter Jr. 6'10" frame helps him out. Nuggets just a good team, man. They're a great team, not a good team. They're a great team all around. Just got to give them credit, man. And Coach Mike Malone, one of the top coaches in the NBA. Ever since he made it to Denver, that team got better each and every year. He's a tough minded coach, not afraid to let the team hear about if they're not playing well. Not afraid at all, man. If he tell you if he says the team doesn't play a lick of defense, he'll let the announcement people know it and the media know it. If he say they play soft, he'll let it know. Let them be known. Let it be known. So you got to let the team know if they're not playing. If they're not playing well. If they're not playing a lick of defense. If they're not competing, there's nothing wrong. It's nothing really wrong with that. You got to hold your players accountable. And Mike Malone definitely does that. They do got a good coaching staff over there as well. You just got to give all the credit to the Denver Nuggets. They came out of the West. They were the best team all year in the West, and now they're in the NBA Finals. So just got to give credit to the Denver Nuggets. They totally outplayed the Lakers and kicked the Lakers' ass throughout this whole series by sweeping them.
Yeah, I mean, you think back to game one, AD had 40 and 11, I think, on him with 3 or 4 blocks. Didn't matter. Jokic had a triple double. And then tonight again, a 20-point triple double as well against LeBron's 40-point near triple double. Jokic he's already got 8 this postseason. 8. Bro, you've played 3 series. Calm down, bro.
Yeah.
Please. Oh my gosh. Like, bro was out here. I use this term loosely, but I mean this. He is playing 2K in real life right now. It doesn't matter what he's doing; it's going in. I mean, you see that he had 2 step back threes, one with LeBron all in his jersey and AD all up in his face. And bro was stepping back way out to the hash and draining it. Bro, you are 7 foot. Calm down,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah. This might be the championship team, But on the flip side here, we look at Hemi Butler facing Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. Yeah, bro, they whooping the Celtics. I look at the Celtics who just lost by 40 and wonder how the Sixers blew a 3-2 lead. It baffles me that this is the version of the Celtics the Heat are getting, that the Sixers could have won. They could have won, could have been in the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in Embiid's entire career.
Yep.
And Doc Rivers, who was gone, by the way, rightfully so, got up out of here, sold. I know other players sold. A lot of people sold during that, but Doc Rivers, again, selling. 10 game sevens in a row he's lost. Garbage. Don't play basketball ever again, please. However, the Heat, Butler, bam.
Yep.
I don't even know who these guys are. Gabe Vincent, Cody Martin. I mean, they're doing all this without their third leading scorer in Tyler Herro, who's also their best 3-point shooter and highest true shooting person on the entire team, and Victor Oladipo, who we have seen has flashes of that two-way Pacers self from 2018. The Heat don't care. Duncan Robinson came back and is putting up 10-point games all of a sudden. I forgot he was still on the team. He'd been on the bench all season long and didn't do a thing. And here he is contributing meaningful minutes in the playoffs, of course. And then you got, of course, Cody Martin, who got cut from the Hornets. The Hornets cut this man, came to Miami, and redeemed himself because that team is just dogs, bro. What does Eric Spoelstra feed these guys? Like, what? And on the flip side with the Celtics they're done, like you were saying. Joe Mazzulla is probably going to lose his job. Tatum is not that guy against the Heat. I mean, he's getting clamped by Butler all series long. Al Horford is saying the wrong things. Grant Williams trying to poke the bear not once but twice. Bro, please stop, bro. They can't take it much more. And then Jalen Brown, he's not getting the same level of hate that Jason Tatum is at all. It's like Jalen Brown is being protected. Jalen Brown has played so bad this series. So unbelievably bad. Let's not even talk about Marcus Smart, who is completely getting cooked by 36-year-old Kyle Lowry off the bench. What? Kyle Lowry has played like garbage. No, sorry, Kyle Lowry. Played like garbage throughout the entire regular season. Played like trash against the Hawks. Played okay in the first round against the Bucks. And then here he is lighting up the Celtics. I don't know what to say.
I mean, again, Just got to give credit to that coaching staff. Eric Spoelstra made for making adjustments, and Pat Riley. They not want nothing but toughness, dogs. That's all they want. They got 7 undrafted guys on that team that's out there competing. You know what? Like you said, Charlotte. Hey, we don't want Cody Martin. You can just go to Miami, and he make the NBA Finals. He's out there hitting threes, contributing, playing defense. You know, Max Cruz coming off of to his ACL, working hard in Chicago. You know what Chicago said? Nah, we don't want you. Bye. Go to Miami. And guess what he did to come back due to the Bulls in the play-in tournament? Shoot them up out of the play-in tournament, up out of the playoffs. And he's shooting lights out in the playoffs. Kyle Lowry, you know, making an impact on the floor. Kevin Love out there getting rebounds, throwing quarterback touchdown passes.
Kevin Love is on that team.
Kevin Love is on the team. Yep. And Jimmy Butler, you know, the driving force of the team. Adebayo, you know, the 20-10 guy that he is. You just got a complimentary of guys, man, that's out there playing well and that want it. And like I say, man, Boston, Milwaukee, those are all and you got New York Knicks. Roster, talent wise, is better. But hard work and having heart and whether to go out there and compete and having one of the top coaches in the league, hey, you can beat that talent any day. As long as you work harder than that talent and want it more. And that's what the Miami Heat doing. They fighting out there, man. Every loose ball, you see them go out there and get. Every rebound, you see all 5 guys go out there and get a rebound and help Bam Adebayo get a rebound. They're capitalizing on every open shot, especially Gabe Vincent. You know, didn't even think he would be in the NBA and make a roster. He's on here shooting the lights out.
Wasn't he a 10-day last year?
He was a 10-day contract guy. 10-day contract guy. Matt Scooch just got cut. From the Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls just didn't want him. After he tore his ACL, he even came out and said it. They just threw me out. They just didn't want me no more. I worked harder in training camp and all that, and they just threw him out. Like, now look, he's 1 game away from the NBA Finals. So again, man, all these, and when you're undrafted, you're gonna play hard. And you're going to go out there and prove, hey, I can be an NBA player, man. On any team, I can help out a team. And that's what these group of guys are going out there and doing. They're going out there and playing hard. They're going out there hustling, diving for loose balls, making the most of their opportunities, making jump shots, penetrating. Duncan Robinson don't get no playing time like that, but now Tyler Hero is out. He's stepping up, making some 3-pointers, big-time 3-pointers. And it says a lot about Jimmy Butler leadership as well. Man, look what Jimmy Butler did. They said he was a cancer in the locker room from Chicago, which is when he left Chicago. What did Chicago become? They become a bad organization all of a sudden.
Garbage.
Minnesota. They haven't made the playoffs for goddamn 13 years. What did Jimmy Butler go in that locker room and do? He had turned into – they were the 3rd seed. I remember that game. They were the 3rd seed when he got hurt against us. They dropped to the 8th seed. And then throughout the end of the season, he carried them to the playoffs. And the moment he spoke up and questioned Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins' ability to work hard and compete, and he took the 3rd stringers and beat the starter.
That's a story.
That's crazy. And he showed them up. They trade. He said, I will be, and he said it professionally, I can't, as he could. I'll be willing to compete with y'all until I'm traded. And he leave. They spent 2 years a part of the playoffs. Then he goes to Miami. They're already in the finals with the Lakers. They're in the finals with the Lakers. Now they're on the verge of going into another finals. That shows you what type of guy Jimmy Butler is and what type of leader that he is and the type of basketball player that he is.
This is the 3rd time in 4 years that Jimmy Butler has been to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yep.
The only time he didn't make it is when Giannis got that hospital ring and beat them in the first round. Miami got their leg back once again, came back, whooped the Knicks. I don't know how the Knicks went to 6, didn't they? I have no clue how the Knicks took 1 game, but the Celtics can't get 1 game, bro. I just watched Jason Tatum put up 51 and 13 on my GOAT, okay? On the MVP of the league, 33 points a game, 10 rebounds. And Jason Tatum said, nah. Put 51, 11, 5, 3, and 2 on 60% shooting. up on the Sixers. And here he is playing like garbage. Most points he's had, I think, is 35 on 39% shooting. That's bad.
Yep.
That's garbage. Okay. Hemi
Yep.
Butler is real. Hemi Butler is, I thought he was some mythical guy from the bubble. I was wrong. Bam Adebayo. Bam's had triple doubles this series.
Yep.
Just casually. Bro is a playmaker. And then,
Yep.
like you said, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, Cody Martin, or Caleb Martin. Bro, I just, and then again, Kyle Lowry. I thought Kyle was cooked. I won't lie. Once I saw him get moved to the bench, I was like, yeah, it's over. Goodbye, Kyle. That's your career right there. And then it got revived.
Yep.
The Heat did the same thing the Lakers did with Russ, except Kyle Lowry accepted his role and his coach appreciated it, versus the coach over at LA told him, no, you're going to stay there and you don't have a chance of starting ever again. And they ended up getting Russ up out of there, respectfully.
Yep.
Russ had to go as it was. I do love Russ, but still. Kyle Lowry is, I think the last game they played at the half against the Celtics, Kyle had 3 threes made. He was 3 for 3. Why are you leaving him open? You know Kyle Thickums can shoot it up anywhere on the court. And it's going in. I know he's had a bad 3-point shooting season. I understand that. But you can't get off him, Marcus Smart. You are the previous defensive player of the year, okay? And you're getting cooked by a 36-year-old. No excuses. No excuses. Yeah. I think that's going to end up wrapping it up here for us on this playoff talk, man. Nuggets versus Heat. Man, that's going to be a battle, bro.
It's going to be a battle, man.
I can't wait.
It's going to be a battle, man. Like I say, I want Jimmy. I would love nothing more for Jimmy to win a championship, or Jokic. I want, especially now so bad, I want Jimmy to win it. But I mean, really show his impact on Miami. But I would love for Jokic to win it even more, just to stick it to those Sixers fans. Just to stick it to him for Joel Embiid. Just to stick it to him. Stick it to him and stuff like that. I would love it even better. But other than that, man, whoever come out with this series, if he can close it out tomorrow, hey man, whoever come away with this championship series, man, I would be so happy for either one of those guys, man. But as far as Jimmy leading that team to the finals again, something special, man. And after everybody count, they did not have a great regular season at all. But playoffs, hey, just kind of like the NCAA tournament. The hottest team showing benefit right now. And that's the Miami Heat right now. So we'll see how it goes down tomorrow. Can they join the wagon onto the finals to Denver?
The top 2, bro. The final 2, man. I can't wait.
Yep.
Well, that's going to wrap it up tonight, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight on the H-Town Rundown podcast, Houston Rockets basketball show here. You can follow us as such at H-Town Rundown, on Instagram and Twitter as well. Join us. We love to chat, talk. And we also have a football side for the Houston Texans. I know y'all love talking about the Houston Texans over there, man. I'll be watching the show too. It's real fun. Come join us over there. You can also follow Dante at Coach Dante 31 on Instagram and Twitter. Again, you can follow me, your host, at Drip God. That's a 2Ps _GAWD as per usual on Twitter and Instagram. Once again, thank you guys. Comment below what you think we'll do with pick 4 and who do you want to win the NBA Finals. I know we're voting for Hemi Butler, right? Oh man, thank you guys. You have a wonderful night. Bye.
Bye, y'all.